Welcome to another S&P 500 analysis. Today is January 24, 2023. Today, after the market closed, we got a preview on how the market might react to the upcoming tech stock earning reports. In this video, we'll look at the post-earning after hour price action on Microsoft and Texas Instruments. But before we do that, we'll quickly review the market sentiment, the internals, then afterward, we'll also look at the price action of the SPY and the E-mini S&P 500 future, the ES. Stay tuned. Okay, let's start off with looking at the list here on the indexes and see how they did for today. The S&P 500 closed almost flat. It's down a little bit less than 0.07%. And the NASDAQ was also down a little bit under 0.25%. The Russell 2000 also a little bit over 0.25%, and the strong performer was the Dow Jones Industrial, it up almost 0.33%, and the Dow Jones Transportation down 0.8%, New York Stock Exchange Composite down 0.07%, so it's kind of flat. So kind of mixed bag today with the technology kind of giving up a little bit of the recent gain. And the Dow Jones Industrial was trying to catch up a little bit because it has been the weakest performer in the last few sessions. So it was kind of mixed bag. But the interesting thing is how they run up the S&P 500 or SPY into the close in anticipation of some of the earning reports coming out after the close. So we'll take a look at Microsoft and Texas Instruments later on. But before we do that, let's go and take a look at this sentiment here. Here, looking at this market sentiment chart, we see that the VIX is still under this 20 level here, and it is sitting at 19.2. And also the put-call ratio is sitting at 0.9. Inside this 0.75 and 1 zone. So right now, the market participant, again, it's not too fearful, but it's also not very FOMO in terms of being totally bullish. As a matter of fact, they are a little bit cautious, setting up hedges here. Let's go and take a look at the internals. And here, looking at this internals here, the up-down volume ratio was 1.4 to 1 in favor of the down volume today. Although the S&P 500 is only down a little bit less than 3 points, or basically flat. And the advanced decline, there are more declining issue than advancing issue today. 120 more decliners than advancers, so a neutral market. And on the new high, new low, we see that the New York Stock Exchange, the number of stock making new 52-week high still outnumber the number of stock making new 52-week low. We've got 98 stock make 52-week high and 25 stock made new 52-week low. So the margin is 73 more 52-week high than 52-week low. And here in this New York Stock Exchange cumulative AD line, we see that is continue to move up and continue to show this positive divergence. Although the S&P 500 is coming up, but again, we're basically looking for this pivot high to get taken out to resolve this positive divergence between the AD line and the S&P 500. And for the NASDAQ 100 also booked this trend line. You can see that they put a little bit of inside candle here, a little bit of a spinning top, very small candle, so kind of narrow range candle here. The up-down volume ratio was 1.2 in favor of the down volume, and there were 467 more declining issues than advancing issues. So again, just like the New York Stock Exchange, kind of flat market today, not much happening. And in the NASDAQ market, the number of stock making new 52-week high also outnumbered the number of stock making new 52-week low, and it too have 78 more stock make 52-week high than 52-week low. And here in the NASDAQ advanced decline line, remember we were talking about negative divergence here a few days ago in the last video. And one way to resolve that negative divergence, this short-term negative divergence, was for the advanced decline line to take out this high while the NASDAQ continued to move higher, the NASDAQ 100. and which it did. So right now, this short-term negative divergence have been resolved, but we are still looking at this positive divergence between the NASDAQ cumulative AD line and the NASDAQ 100. So again, similarly to the S&P 500, we're looking for this pivot high to get taken out to resolve the positive divergence. Now, this is the Microsoft chart with the after hour here. Here's the initial pop from the earning report, and you can see that it came up to over close to 255 as soon as the conference call started, and also people kind of have a little bit of a more time to digest what's really underneath the surface. Is that, yeah, it seemed on the surface that things are not so bad. But then you start to look at some of the stuff behind the scene, and also what they are giving out at the next quarter guidance, and that really kind of reset the reality back to, hey, things are not looking good, because we're still expecting a slowdown in the U.S. economy and a recession to come. So you can see that Microsoft gave back all these, the initial post-earning pop. And right now, it is actually down below the close from Tuesday. And here, looking at Texas Instruments, you can see that Texas Instruments also, got a nice pop after the earning report. And you see that after a little bit of reassessment and also the conference call, the market have realized that, hey, things are not that good. Things are still going to get tougher, especially for the semiconductor industry. And you can see that after hour, it is actually below the close from the previous session. So things are not looking at it appears to be on the surface initially. So I wouldn't be surprised to see more of these type of reaction as more and more tech stocks start reporting earnings, such as Tesla is coming up this Thursday, I believe. So initially we probably see some, hey, they deliver record number of cars and so forth, and they make money, and they're still pretty good under this current environment. Then we start digging into some of the guidance and also some of the margin numbers and that sort of thing. Then we probably will see where the dirty laundries are. So things are not going to be looking that smooth. So who knows, right? Maybe Tesla is a Teflon company with a glossy report. We never know. But again, I'm just saying that be a little bit more cautious and be careful out there, because right now, things are in flux. And the economy is slowing down, believe it or not. I know a lot of you guys out there thinking that we're going to get a soft landing, like a lot of these talking heads talking about. Ain't going to happen. Haven't seen one, and I doubt it we're going to see one this time either. So just be careful. Now let's take a look at the SPY, the ETF for the S&P 500. As you can see, yesterday, we actually came up and almost came into this upper range of the weekly expected move. And that's basically just like one standard deviation move in a single day, right? So again, that was quite an extraordinary trend day on Monday. And then today, we're kind of, chopping around inside, consolidating and putting an inside candle here and sitting right at this zone here near this 400 level. And actually, it was lower than that until the last 15 minutes or so, I believe. We got this little run up into the close for either for OpEx or somebody have a glimpse of someone's earnings report before it's become public or whatever. But whatever the case is, we saw a little bit of a run up right into the close. So let's go and take a look at that a little bit. So here's the 15-minute chart here, and we were down here like 15 minutes before the close, and then we just ran it back up. And this is right after, I believe, Microsoft reported earnings here, and that's where it got a nice push on the SPY. Then you can see that it faded after their conference call is over, and right now it is down at trading down at 398.75 in after hour. So you can see that it is a little bit away from this upper range for the coming days. Tomorrow, I'm looking for this thing to come down to this high volume node, this composite point of control here near the 395.30. Okay, so I'm looking for anywhere between 396 and a 395, this zone here, to see would it be able to find some support here tomorrow and see would it get a bounce. If it break to this zone, then I'm looking at this 389, this lower range of the weekly expected move, and also this low volume zone here. So I'm looking for this thing to come down to 389. And once it break this 395, 396 zone. And here looking at the mini SP500, the ES, you see that it came back into this balanced area, and right now it appears that it tried to come up to this upper edge and up at this 40.70 this upper range of the weekly expected move. But I'm looking at a little bit more pullback from this trend line here in the coming day and possibly come down here to this composite point of control. So let me go and switch this to a 15-minute chart, and then we could take a look at that a little bit more closer in a 15-minute chart. So you can see right now it is trading down from the previous session close, and right now it's trading down 17.25 point on the ES. So, and this is sitting right here at 4015.25. So I'm looking for this thing to come down tomorrow to this 3990.50, this zone between 3990 and 3977, 3978, this area here. And remember, we also saw that earlier the 396, 395 zone for the SPY, and that's basically correspond to this zone for the ES. So I'm looking for this this zone to get tagged in the coming day, and then we'll see would it be able to hold this zone, or if it break this zone, then I'm looking for this to come down into this 3954, 3955, or 3940, this next zone here, then into the lower range of the expected move between 3918 and 3895. Okay, so that's basically what I'm looking at for the coming day. For tomorrow, especially, I'm looking at this 3990, 3978 area, and then possibly come down. Take out that 3960. I know a lot of people are talking about 3960, including myself. But right now, we're looking at this zone here, somewhere in the 3955 area. Now, let's take a look at the market profile chart for the ES. As you can see, it took care of some of the business today. It tagged the yesterday's point of control and also filled the single print from yesterday's trading session. So right now, we basically just kind of looking at these single print and these unfilled single print down here that might need to get resolved, and we're looking at the possibility that it could get resolved tomorrow. So let me switch over to the other chart and have the updated level from after today's session. So on this chart, I have the updated level, and the only level that I have to update was this point of control here from today's session. And basically, I took out the level, the point of control in the single print that was resolved today. And right now, I'm looking for the ES to come down tomorrow and possibly fill some of these single print, if not all of them, because right now it is down a little bit over 20 handles right now in the Globex trading. And I'm looking at the possibility of coming down. Remember the candlestick chart, we're looking at the 3990 and down to the 3960 area. So that will take the single print out and completely resolve them. So we'll see, would it actually come down to the 3660 area tomorrow? But that's what I'm looking for this coming week. For the remainder of the week is come down and fill the single print. So I hope you find this video informative and be sure to smash that thumbs up to help me promote this video. Thank you for watching and stay safe.